Hey everyone, Mom Mike here, and today's a quick video. These are my recent pop pickups, so let's get right into it. We've got some anime pop figures for you today, starting off with Prince Vegeta. This is one that I had on my wish list for a long time. I pre-ordered both of these months ago, and they kept getting delayed and delayed. Finally, I received both of these, and these are characters that I absolutely love, so I'm so excited to add them to the collection, and they'll be going on the shelf somewhere behind me. But this Prince Vegeta is important to me because this exact, character model of Vegeta has been the wallpaper on my phone for years. I always loved this design, the armor and little cape and everything. This was adorable. And this has been my wallpaper through many different phones. Back to when I had a OnePlus One, we're going way back. I have had this same wallpaper for a very long time. My lock screen is also Vegeta, it's just a different picture. So when I saw that this pop figure was being released, I had to have it. And the collection that this one's part of has some really cool ones in it too. We've got Super Saiyan Gohan, Majin Vegeta, Super Saiyan Goku, Frieza, and the 10-inch Shenron figure is in here too, as well as Evil Majin Buu. So this was a great collection that was released here, but this is the one I absolutely had to have. Let's go ahead and pop this open. We're gonna open it right up from the bottom to preserve the box as best we can. Although very recently I have finally started to get rid of some of the boxes for figures, because now that I'm settled in and I don't think I'll be moving again anytime soon, I've started to get rid of some of the boxes. I kept boxes for years because I knew that I'd be moving. It's apartment living, you know that you might not stay in the same place forever, and that's very dependent on neighbors and such things. I was very fortunate. I loved my apartment. I had great neighbors, no issues at all there. But not everyone is so lucky. Sometimes you have an apartment you really like, suddenly someone moves in and you have to get out of there as soon as your lease is up. So I always held on to the boxes, knowing that I might move at some point and I would need to protect them during the move. They certainly did their job getting me here to Virginia, and now I feel like I no longer need to keep all the boxes. So I have started to get rid of some of them. For some very special figures, I keep them in the box, very rarely, but for the most part, I have purged my box collection. Let's pull this right on out. Oh, it's hung up on something. Here we go. Just a quick look while we're still in the plastic, and pop this out. If you've followed me for a while, you know that Vegeta is my favorite character from Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Z is probably still my favorite anime. I absolutely love it. I have not kept up with Super by any means. I really need to get back into that because I enjoyed the new movies that were being released. That's essentially why I stopped watching Super though, was they were doing so much recap from the movies, and I know that they sort of expand on the story, but it was too much in the early days of Super. I had just watched, these movies that came out, and I did not need it to be expanded to 3 hours instead of a 1-hour movie, for example. So I will get back into Super at some point. I really need to get my Funimation subscription back and start watching more anime. I've sort of fallen off the wagon with how busy I was with moving and everything, and really hadn't been watching much TV at all. But this is a really cool little figure here. We don't have, the most perfect paint job, but if you know me, I often pick out the imperfect ones anyways because I'm worried that no one else will buy them. So he is perfect in our eyes. I really love the sculpt of the cape. From the front, it has a great swish, and especially from the back here too, it looks fantastic. And the little details, I don't think I'll be able to really show it on camera, but on his shoulders, they do include the little buttons for the cape, what's holding it onto his armor or what have you. And it's those tiny little details that I am always amazed at with pop figures. These are so inexpensive, and yes, sometimes you get little flaws, but that detail, to have these little buttons here that you almost can't even see when you're looking at it straight on, you almost can't even see them, and they still took the time to put those in there. This is a really great little sculpt. And of course, too, his little tail is here. They did some texturing to sort of give that a furry appearance. I'm really happy with this one. The hair looks fantastic as well. They really nailed it. And the colors are very correct to what we see on the show. So I'm really stoked that I was able to add this one to the collection. And the second pop figure that I picked up was Shikamaru from Naruto Shippuden. I was so excited, can you tell? This is just really a happy day for me. Shikamaru is my favorite character from Naruto, and it's really difficult to get Shikamaru merchandise. There just isn't a lot of it. What you can find online is often very expensive. I have one Shikamaru figure that is just like a bootleg that I got on eBay, and it doesn't look fantastic, but it's something Shikamaru, because it is so difficult to find reasonably priced merchandise here. It's getting easier to find Naruto in general. I can go to my local mall and go to the figure store and find Naruto figures, but finding the other characters is still quite difficult. I've been able to find though several Kakashi figures, things like that. And I'm hoping that, as the show continues in popularity, we'll see more of our side characters, because Shikamaru has always been my favorite from the first episode he was introduced. I just loved this character, and I was so stoked to see that they were releasing this one. I pre-ordered it immediately. I ended up, though, having to cancel my original pre-order. I think I originally got this from Hot Topic, and they just ended up endlessly telling me like the order wouldn't be fulfilled sort of thing, and it was like, you can keep it, but we don't know if we'll have it. It was this very strange email, not just that it was delayed, but that I might not get one at all. So I ended up ordering it from somewhere else, and I'm blanking on where I actually ordered both of these from, but that's not really important. The important thing is that we have both of them now home with me, and I really wanted some of these other ones too, but I'm trying to curb my collecting because I am running out of space. But this one, they had Naruto in a Sage of Six Paths mode, they had Pain, they had Minato, and they also had Kabuto. I really wanted all of these, but I am really trying to only get things that are must-haves for me, because I am starting to run out of space, and I don't want to part with any of my pieces. I want to keep the ones I have. So this is a very much had to have. Let's go ahead and pop open the box for you. I'm just so excited. This one I was waiting so long for, and I am really hoping that they keep making Naruto merchandise more accessible here in the US, because I really need more of these characters. I know I just said I shouldn't buy more, but if they came out with a cool Shikamaru like figurine like the Kakashi ones I have, or if they came out with a great Hinata figurine, I'd be all over those. Let's take this out. Oh, he looks fantastic. And so this pose that he's doing as well, the like knockoff figure that I have is the same thing. It's back here. Let me just get it. So this is a very inexpensive figure that I got off of eBay. I maybe spent $10 on this, and it looks halfway decent. It's not terrible, but these pieces pop onto the base, and I actually super glued them because they never stayed in place. They were constantly just popping off and falling over. So overall, you see this from a distance, it looks pretty good. Up close, he doesn't have the best paint job. The fish netting, whatever details on his outfit aren't fully there in some areas. And also too, like the plastic mold, you can see where a piece of plastic, kind of broke off here and it's rough. And there's the same thing on one of these, shadows here that he controls. So it's not a top-notch figure, but it looks good on the shelf. The face is surprisingly good. The face and hair are surprisingly good. And the outfit overall, the coloring is decent. So this looks fine to have on the shelf. It's great to have something a little more official. This little pop figure is so cute. And oh my goodness, just his little jacket, his vest. Oh, and his little leaf symbol. on his armband here. Shikamaru is just so cool, you know, too cool to be bothered with most of this stuff. What a drag, he always says. And I just love the character. This is a really cool pop figure. I love pop figures that have bases on them. The Majin Vegeta that's on the back of this box is actually one that I have as well, and that has a cool swirly base. So I'm always excited when they release ones like this that have a little extra variation to them. Things like that are what make me say, this is one I definitely want in the collection, because it adds a little something more special to the shelves, and a little more visual interest. And they got the details right on this. His hair looks great. They have his little earrings on there. I'm very happy with this. Happy to have one more piece of Shikamaru to display in the collection. So those are my two anime pop pickups. Let me know in the comments below if you have either of these or your recent pop figure pickups. Let me know what figures and collectibles you've been buying lately. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time. Bye!